and Incarnation, Harvest Men. Part 2, when I'm done with it, like in 10 minutes, I am going to say one more thing on on the riches of understanding. And why you need to listen to riches of understanding is what it takes for people to understand something. When you're looking at somebody, what it takes for somebody to understand something, and some people that we never understand. And when I'm done that, I will know that the meeting is closed by 4. But I am taking again on vision and incarnation, develop, harvest men. Part 2. Father, thank you for having your way in Jesus' mighty name. Now, the reason that we serve the God of the Jews, or the reason that the African nation is tilting towards Yorubas, is still for vision. Yorubas didn't come to the height of incarnation. But that vision is what helped them to develop a character that preserved their nation. Vision has already helped them to develop a character that preserved their nation. Now, vision, before vision develop their character, vision enables them to see. The gift of the Holy Ghost doesn't have anything to do with character development. All who mind are centered on doing miracle don't care about character because they don't have ability. So because they don't care about character, they cannot be harvested. They cannot. You see, because God does not dash godly character. There are 2 ways you develop it. You have to have it because you see, you cannot import vision. You can't import vision. Visionaries are born with vision. That is why you don't argue. Don't argue. Don't argue with the capacity you have and somebody doesn't have it. Or that the person, you know, there are things that time separates. Give time and don't even distract yourself. When Oyedepo has the boldness, when Oyedepo had boldness to say, we're talking about, I've said it before, that Ajana Sarah came to Living Faith and then made prophecy and said a particular somebody that is there, that is cancer there, as he's squeezing his hand, the cancer dies. Oyedepo gave him note. I want to ask you a question. Is healing people not fine? Is squeezing cancer not fine? Why did he give him note? He gave him note for something he understands that our generation will never understand. You think understanding something is a joke? Do you know how much it takes? Do you know the level of fire the human mind go to understand some things? And don't you know that a mind has to be in a way to understand? That is number 1, before you even talk about developing. I told you in Lagos Church, I said, when I am preaching, I'm preaching on the mat. Listen, I don't leave the mat. I don't leave the distance of that mat. You can't make me to leave the distance of that mat. Do you know how much it took me to know the power in it? When I'm preaching, I will always hold it. Once in a while, I try to stray away from it. But even when I put my leg on the bed floor, on the bed rug, I will still know. There on the altar. Now, if I am also watching another preacher, and he's going from one end of a place to another end, I still know the level of energy he's dissipating. If he doesn't want to, excuse me, must I teach him that? If I have suffered so much to know what kill men, and you didn't give me honor, I won't teach you that. You will see pay for not knowing it. You will pay for not knowing it. Whatever men supposed to know and they don't know, they pay grievously. They pay terribly. That is why when God gives you gift of a higher mind, you don't joke. You don't joke with somebody whose word transforms you immediately. Now that transformation is a riches, like what I'm sharing. Before I excused and came back, I told you that the incarnation has a higher grip, has a higher grip. It does stronger gagging. Because it does stronger gagging on man, it has more opportunity to take more from man than vision. When Joseph said that he dies, no incarnate man will say he dies. Because if you give yourself totally, you will not submit to death. Maybe someone didn't hear what I said. Huh? I said, if, like I gave myself totally, not only that I will not submit to death, I will never fear Satan. Because nothing is left for me to fear. Nothing is left for me. If you have to fear, then something is left for you. There is something you didn't give God that is making you afraid. I lost my life and I'll come and fear again. How? How does the life that is lost fear? If anything happened to me, it's God that is losing. It's not me. I've already given him my life. 100%. 100. That's incarnation. And that is why it is only incarnate men that can introduce God. You see, because God have to take the totality of a man to appear through a man. Put your hand together for Jesus. I don't know whether you're somebody. Did I say it very well? Huh? I say, huh? God have to take the totality. You cannot give God 80% of yourself and ask him to give you 100% of himself. That is criminality. That is if he chose you. Did I make meaning? Huh? There There is no charismatic witchcraft in vision. There is a spirit called spirit of vision. Witchcraft does not destroy it. I say witchcraft. No. And it doesn't die. Because it is made in light. It has ability to kill anything that devalues man. Let me say again. I say it has ability to kill anything that devalues man by rescuing man from confusion. Huh? By rescuing man from confusion. That is vision. The work of vision can be annihilated. So is incarnation. Joseph said he will die in Deuteronomy chapter 50, 24 to 26, because that he has one part that is left for him. The throne he's sitting upon is not the throne of God. If the throne he's sitting upon is the throne of God, he will not use his mouth to say he will die. There are ministries that are supposed to, there are patterns that are supposed to serve other patterns. I said there are. For instance, in 68:11, the Bible says that God gave the word and great was the company that published it. Now, the company that published it is a structure of publishers. Praise God. Some of us here have been wounded by copying things that you're not supposed to copy. Because you don't know that that thing you're copying is not coming from the head of a corner. It's a branch. But it was made a head. So somebody will get wounded. In 22 of Revelation, it is not every spirit that produces water that washes the people. If you don't have grace, God didn't give it to you to produce water of word that washes the people, why did you build an altar? Why? And then the people are coming there, they are drinking nothing apart from corruption. Do you think that corruption is in what we behave? No. Corruption is in ordination. I said, man is made in a way that man must not be perfect by any means. Now, what makes a man better than another man is the spirit that God put in the man that harvests the man. Whether it is vision or incarnation, the spirit has to be in the man to harvest the man. Now, the superiority of that particular man over another man is the presence of that spirit and nothing else. So the separation of Jesus from Joseph is that Joseph was a dreamer and Jesus is an incarnate spirit, is Son of God. The difference between the lamb and the lion is not anything anybody is doing. It's about this is a Son of God and this is God. People are separated. Now, but these three are the best. There are people that struggle to live right because they don't have platform to live right. They will never live right. Because they must not be helped to live right. All that live right, we are inspired by God to live right. It's not by their effort. That inspirer is called the Spirit of grace. You don't achieve it. In John 10:36, Jesus replied to the Jews. He said, you are saying that a man sanctified by God and sent to the heaven is blasphemy. Now, what he was talking about is what God can do in a man, not what a man can do by himself. So he didn't say that the man sanctified himself. He said he was sanctified from heaven. In John chapter 3:31, John the Baptist said, you came from heaven and I am from the earth. In 1:27, he said, the latchet of your sandals, I'm not worthy to touch. Not because of what two of us have achieved, but because of the way we came. That's ancient knowledge. That's the way we came that made us different. If the Igbo land have only three men of character from vision, the land will not be like this. You don't kill character. It is not produced by the will of man. It is inspired by vision or incarnation. Can I say something? Should I tell you something you will not forget? Huh? In Joseph is a dreamer that took Joseph's life in the womb to rescue him from certain character flaws. So when Joseph insisted that he will not settle down with the wife of Potiphar, it's not a decision. It's a help from God. Because vision took part of him. Somebody can get it. That is not decision. Because that is a package, a heavenly package in him. It's not a resolution. When Christ was in Jesus, there was a package that took a man to the cross. Christ was not in Jesus just to help him to accomplish messianism. He was there to make sure that he didn't behave in some ways. I've said it. Huh? Huh? Not only that he didn't make, he also was there to help him to see some things. What about if he's not there? So men are gift. Jesus said to the woman at the well of Sychar in chapter 4 of John, he said, if you know the gift of God. Do you know why Jesus have to come? Jesus has to come from the Jews. They are futuristic. They can look into future. Let me tell you what they know. A Jew know that a life that is not too much should not be preserved. That life should be sold to do something better. An African man doesn't know. No matter how valueless his life is, he wants to be a king. He wants to say, I am. And because he cannot see that he's not. So because the Jews are blessed with futuristic spirit, that is why they are progressive in their thought. Come. Somebody, I've shared this in before. God knows that something, a Jew know that there is something God will do at that opening down. At that opening down, out. He knows it will be done. And he is here knowing that God cannot use him to do it because season has not granted him chance and he's not chosen. So because he's a Jew, what he thinks is, what does he contribute for that thing to happen? So he makes effort. He makes effort where this place, like where I'm standing, and his effort will get to where this pole is. Where this pole is. He dies. And then when he dies, somebody else we continue that place and come to another pole and die. And another person, 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 maybe like 20 people. The 20 people died on the row. And then the 20th person is the person who stands at that place where God wants. Now when he gets there, he turned back to say that even though I am standing here, it is these 20 people that made it possible for me to be there. Because so he's a product of 20 men that died. And so he cannot live without talking about them because it is them that brought them in there. He will say, my journey started here. To here. So in 24:27 of the book of Luke, the Bible says Jesus went to the law and the prophet and spoke about those who spoke about him. He spoke back. He's saying, I'm a product of the previous labor. If an Igbo man discovered that he cannot get there, Huh? Huh? He will destroy himself at a point. It's not me. He will start selling mango. Put your hand together for Jesus. I've left it. The riches of understanding. Listen, there are some things some people will never understand. The word is never. That means they are not made in a way to understand it. Now, there are things people can only understand through so much pain and the effort of a teacher. Now, but don't forget, understanding improves the value of people. When I became a preacher, even one of the nights happened to me. One of the nights I was here